Welcome to episode 174 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. I am Ryan Walton. Today I'm joined by Dan Reamer and the peaches to my cream, Matt Bowden.
Oh my god, I like that.
What the fuck happened? You didn't tell anybody when you were going. You just started talking.
Yeah, I did. I said 2 minutes.
He said he's going at 2 minutes. He said, I'm going to go at the 2 minute mark. You weren't listening.
Obviously not.
Happy Mother's Day, by the way.
Yes.
Happy
gentlemen.
Mom's Day. I had my intro ready. I had the timing down.
You did?
Yep.
Somehow I managed to shut my mouth just before you went off without me even knowing.
Oh, I was going even if you were talking. I was focused.
I think it's time for a new office chair. Can you guys hear this son of a bitch squeaking?
No.
Give it a good turn. Yep.
Now I do,
I got one solid squeak.
When it's absolutely
I put the
quiet
microphone
and
right
that's
there,
all
right?
you're listening for, yes. I don't know that...
I put the microphone right beside it. It's just getting old.
That was gross. Who did that?
Me, excuse me.
Who ruined
Not
the
guy
podcast?
I'm not...
Not the guy
That's not
talking.
what happened.
That's really what I wanted to see. If Matt was able to talk and burp at the same time.
Oh.
Wouldn't that be something?
Uh-huh.
Wouldn't that be something?
Come on, we both know Matt doesn't have those kind of skills.
I don't know anyone that
Nah.
can carry on a full conversation and burp.
No, I used to know a guy who could say the entire alphabet while burping.
Yeah, it's not the same thing, though.
You understand every letter.
Yeah, but like mid-sentence, just rip a belch and not even break stride.
Right.
That's pretty...
Like keep your cadence and everything while you're going?
Yeah.
Like no pause?
Enunciate.
No, I think there's got to be a pause.
Right.
Unless
Yeah, but there wasn't.
you use your burp in place of a comma.
What's
That's
happening?
all I got. I'm drinking... That's all the burp I got. We're burping, dude. It's the burpcast today. Mother's Day burpcast.
No. Well, more of those.
Dan started it.
Yeah, it was unacceptable the first time. I don't want to talk about the second time.
I didn't give it
Well-
a name, though. I didn't make it like an
yeah.
integral part of this podcast. It just kind of happened.
Yeah, but...
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
you
love
kind of
moms
have
and
to.
we love burping.
Burping moms
That could come
are our
across the
favorite.
wrong way. You're right. I get what you guys are doing, I think, but...
Yeah?
Burpfetish.org.
Well, yeah, sure, yeah.
It's a non-profit.
At gmail.com.
It's a non-profit. It's fine. This is the official Gamestitch Podcast where we talk all about video games and video game type things.
And other things.
If this is your first time here, I apologize.
Sorry.
We are recording this on Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
So if it doesn't make sense when you're listening to this while we keep saying Mother's Day,
So all you moms out there.
is actual
To all
Mother's
you
Day.
moms listening to the Gamestitch Podcast.
Yeah, I didn't know that was happening.
Oh, yeah. Big mom following.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No doubt.
Yeah.
That makes more sense now.
Huge mom following.
Yep, cruises in the...
Each following a
Yep.
mom's.
Yep, they take their kids to school in the Honda Odyssey before they go to pick up milk and jam into
Is that what they
the
do?
to the Gamestitch Podcast the whole time. I don't know. That's what I've seen in movies.
They could be off to their carear.
They could. You're
Yeah,
right.
Dan. You don't have to typecast them like
Right?
that.
They don't have to just drive minivans and get milk all day and rush home to make sandwiches. You asshole.
It'd be cool if
I
that
love a good
is what
sandwich.
they did, though.
So
Yeah.
shut up.
Wow.
Okay.
This is the worst Mother's Day cast I've ever
Okay,
heard.
she's cruising around in her BMW on her way to a high-rise building, jamming to the
There you
Gamestitch
go.
Podcast after she dropped her kid off at the nanny.
Well, yeah,
How
let's
many
be
Mother's
yeah.
Day podcasts are you listening to?
Well, I'll listen to all of them.
Right?
So I just know that we started with belching.
Uh-huh.
Not a thing moms like.
And then
No,
we apparently
excuse
moved
me.
on to stereotyping.
Yeah, no excuses me after. Then you went on to stereotypes. Dan placed the woman as only running errands.
I don't feel like taking your children to school is an errand. That's a necessity to give
It's an
them a life, to prepare them for the existence of living.
No, when you got to take time out of your busy ass day to run some, do a little something. That's what that is.
Right. I don't see the problem with it, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, no.
I'm saying dropping Johnny off at school is the same as getting a gallon of milk.
No.
Dropping a Johnny.
I disagree. You can live without
Nothing
the milk.
like-
The children can't live without an education.
Tell my Cocoa Pebbles that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as soon as have your mom go get them, and I will.
I should ask my mom to get me something on Mother's Day.
That'd be shitty.
That'd be awesome.
Would it be awesome?
I think I'm going to use that when I go see my mom today. I'm like, hey, happy Mother's Day. What'd you get me?
Wow.
Because I love my mom.
Yeah, well, she is your mom.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Right.
maybe
I think
she does owe you a gift.
It's her day. She
when
owes
the
you a gift.
disappointment takes over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom is not disappointed in me. My mom is proud of me.
Not yet. You haven't asked her to buy you anything on Mother's Day yet. It's coming though, I promise.
And if she doesn't have a gift ready, stomp your feet and like turn a circle.
Right.
Oh man, just throw a fit.
And
They'd be like, I wanted a gift.
And do that like goose
Right.
step thing where you just stomp your feet and walk and lean forward with your,
You
with
know
your
where
arms
you're going.
down by your sides. Oh,
You're just leaving the room. You don't even
just
have a
throw
plan. You're just
fit.
going out.
I hate you.
And if you have a screen door, slam the shit out of it. Go outside and chop some wood or something just to let some aggression out.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, go outside and do something physical to let the aggression out.
No.
You play horseshoes or something?
I'd just be mad.
Go
Too
punch
good
a
for
hole in the wall.
horseshoes.
That's happened a few times, I suppose.
I can say I've never punched a hole in the
When
wall.
I was younger.
I don't have that kind of commitment.
When I was younger. I wouldn't now
'Cause you don't
because
just
I'd
have
have to fix it.
Right, you don't just get to punch it. You have to punch
Right,
it,
but when
hurt
you're
your hand,
but when
and
you're a
then fix
child,
it.
but when you're a child, someone else fixes it.
Really, little Dan's just punching holes in walls everywhere?
Not everywhere, but every now and then.
I bet you,
Or
I bet your childhood home
I
just
would
full
throw,
of
or I would
posters
throw
because there's
something at the wall and it would, drywall, boom, hole.
yeah. I picture your childhood home is just full of posters hiding in the holes.
It's funny you should mention that because my little brother because the first time I did it, I put a garbage pail sticker over it.
Yeah, that's how you had
Garbage
it.
pail kid sticker, and it was perfect. Well, my dad wasn't talking to me, and my little brother fucking peeled that sticker off. And my
And
dad
that's
was
when you
like,
look at
"What
him and go,
happened here?"
"What
And I'm
did
like,
you
"I don't
do?"
know."
Right.
You fucking Judas.
That's exactly. You just wait. Yours is coming.
Right. That ain't gonna be here all night.
Next time I need your back. Next time you need me to have your back. Yep, you're fucked, bro. You know that kid's
Dad
been
ain't gonna be
taking
here
your
all
lunch
night.
money. Prepare to be poor. Prepare to starve.
Because
I
you're the
ain't
kid
getting it
taking
back.
it.
I wasn't taking it. I wasn't a bully.
You didn't take your brother's lunch money?
No. I had my own lunch money.
That you got from another kid on the bus?
No. I'm not a bully. I wasn't a bully.
You just come up behind him and put him in a chokehold and you're like, lunch money. Now. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Okay, you got me. Yes.
Lay him down in the back of the bus. I get it.
I'm not having
Empty
this,
his pockets.
I'm not having this argument with you anymore. You're right.
You check his starter jacket or his trapper keeper, his 5-star.
Fucking five is trapper keeper. Yeah.
Yeah, looking for that change.
Oh yeah.
Ice cream ain't gonna pay for itself, Ronnie.
Why is his name Ronnie? Ronnie sounds like the bully.
Right. Ronnie should be the bully.
Because in this story, Dan's the bully.
Right, I get that.
So I turned it around on the bully. See,
Role reversal, yeah, because Dan sounds like a kid that would get bullied.
I'm a hero.
Not
Right.
Dan, Daniel.
Daniel does sound like a kid who would get
Daniel
bullied.
gets picked on all fucking day.
I was
Poor
never.
Daniel.
I was never a Daniel. I was always a Dan.
Are you Daniel on paper?
I'm Daniel on paper, but I make sure I tell people not to call me Daniel.
You're right. You just clear that up real quick.
Right.
Do you tell a joke? Do you go, only my mom calls me Daniel? Do you do that?
No.
Some people like to do that every time they meet somebody new.
I'm like, my name's Dan. Don't call me Daniel.
Okay. Oh, so you get in front of it. Like, you didn't even tell them that your name is Daniel.
Right.
Like, it's
You're
Dan.
like, hey, nice to meet you. My
Right.
name's Dan.
Hi, I'm Dan.
Please don't call me Daniel.
Yeah.
And then I have people go, Dan or Daniel? And I'm like, I just fucking told you it's Dan.
Yeah. My name's Dan. Anything else is unacceptable. Going
All right,
forward.
no need to ask that
Because
question.
then they always say,
Right.
well, some people go by Daniel, Dan. And I said, I go by Dan, but, if Daniel suits you, then that's fine, because I've been called a lot worse. That's usually my go-to joke.
Yeah, switch it up with the mom thing, too. It works.
Yeah?
It lands every time.
Only my mom calls me Dan.
When I'm in trouble, yeah.
Oh yeah. Or Daniel, I guess.
I do hate when people say, well, I didn't know if you preferred Dan or Daniel. Well, I would introduce myself as Daniel if I preferred that.
Right.
Right.
I'm not going to introduce myself as the one I don't prefer.
Right.
Nobody's
You
doing
sure?
that.
Right. Personally, I would introduce myself as Coolie McAllstar. And you can call me that. But...
God damn, what a name.
Cooley.
Spelled Cooley.
No, I figured it was. I thought the only thing you might do is step out of the box and make that a backwards K at the beginning.
Yeah, and it's a $sign for the S in All-Star.
Oh, shit.
God, I like that.
Yeah, why wouldn't it be? It sounds like a PSN name.
It does, doesn't it?
You were 13, you nailed it. Now you're like, I wish I hadn't picked that.
Right, now you're 25 going, shit.
Yeah. Hey, Cooley. I actually prefer Dan. Speaking of video games, did anybody play anything?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
let's
played Metal Gear Online.
Uh-huh.
Good time waster.
I thought you hated it.
I don't like Metal Gear 5, the game. Let's be clear, the online component's a completely different game.
Okay.
I'm gonna, before you
reason to be
proceed, I'm going to ask you not to talk about the one thing
There's
that
no
we're
re-
going to talk about later.
There's no reason to be a dick, by the way.
What's the one thing?
The mobile thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
It's in the news, so I want to wait.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, been playing WWE 2K16. That's got its hooks in me again.
Are you doing that in anticipation of the 2017?
No, I'm doing it because I realized I'd played the game for this entire year and never unlocked anything in it. And the unlockables were actually pretty easy, and they opened up a lot of gameplay that I haven't been really messing with. So I played through the Stone Cold storyline, which is, it's fine if you like Stone Cold. But it unlocks a bunch of cool wrestlers and moves and stuff. I don't know. It's fine. It's not the greatest thing ever, but the game is better than the past couple of years of WWE. So,
You mean on TV? Or
no.
the
Like the past couple of years of the games.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
TV's getting really good right now, so it got its hooks back in me. So I got to start playing the games again just to.
Oh, do
I
you
don't
think
know,
that's what did it? Do you think the TV is what got you back in?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, one of my favorite international wrestlers, Shinsuke Nakamura, showed up in
one of my favorites too.
in the kind of like the low league for WWE called NXT.
Yep.
It's they have a
Not to be
WWE Network,
confused
right?
with Next.
Yeah, well, that's that's obviously what it's for, but it's all the guys who are coming up out of the independent circuit
Right.
that are gonna make it to the main roster. They get on that show
They're going to
first,
be the next stars.
right?
Get
Right.
that? Or the
Yeah.
next stars.
The next stars, yeah. So this guy came up, and we started watching wrestling again, and then we bought tickets to go see him in Nashville in June. They're coming to town, so we're gonna get to go see him.
That's SmackDown?
And no, at NXT. NXT's coming to town.
NXT's coming. Okay.
Yeah, so wrestling kind of got back into me, and then I guess other than that, there's this mobile game I've been playing the shit out of, but I can't think of anything else. Those two games are what are on top of the PlayStation right now. And then just waiting on Uncharted. I'm really excited for that to come out next week.
So we all have Uncharted pre-ordered, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The 10th. It's coming out Tuesday. If you're listening to this Monday, we're one day away.
I'm picking it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got my shipping confirmation this morning.
For a long
Right
time,
now.
I wasn't sure. I was like, yeah, I want
Me
to
too.
play it, but I don't know if I need to pick it up day one.
I've always been sure.
So
Me too. I was right there with you, Dan, and then when I remembered I could get it for $47 at Best Buy, that's when I went and got it.
For me, it wasn't about money. It was just about, I've been playing the Division a lot, and it's been eating up like pretty much all my that in Rocket League. I'm like, do I need to add something else? Plus, I got all this other stuff going on that you guys know about. So I'm like, what about time? And then I just started to read more about it, and something else we'll talk about later. This is a secret cast, and I'm like,
that's edgy.
and now I'm like, yep, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. So I will have it on Tuesday. Hopefully, have it in my system Tuesday night.
You know what got me was Ryan talking about multiplayer, and I remember how much fucking fun we had
had
playing
multiplayer.
for Uncharted 3. That was really the game that got me hooked on playing multiplayer, because before that I really was a single player only campaign kind of guy.
I'll tell you what really, because I don't get me wrong, I love the action sequences. They're amazing in Uncharted, always have been. Whoa.
Hello.
But after reading like some of the reviews and a little bit more about the game, what really got its hooks into me is the fact that it's going to be a much more personal and emotional story than it is just a huge action, extravaganza. So that's kind of why I'm a little bit more excited about it. Not, like I said, not that I don't love the action, but you know how I am about the personal stories and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, I get that.
so that was really what pushed me over the edge to say, okay, I want to play this one.
Where did you pre-order yours at, Dan?
Mine's pre-ordered at GameStop because it's right next door to where I work, so I can swing by there. If I can get it on lunch, I can. If I don't make it on lunch, it's right on the way home. So it gave me a couple options as far as when to pick it up.
So mine's also at GameStop, but
Stupid GameStop.
Matt got a pre-order
Matt.
bonus that I'm a little jealous about.
What'd you get?
You don't get that at GameStop?
No.
All right, so if you pre-order at Best Buy, they gave you this, which I thought was going to be like a cheap little Tinker Toy piece of shit. They get, like they have the gold, like the doubloons in the game, like they have the gold monies. So you actually get like a real full size, like $50 sized gold coin with it. That's like weathered and it's really fucking cool. I'll send you a picture of it here in a minute. It's but it's heavy. It's like a piece of lead heavy. It probably is
nice.
a piece of lead.
Like a coin would be heavy.
It's really cool, but it's like it looks like they pulled it up out of the ocean. Like it's weathered and old, and it looks like it's 400 years old. It's really cool.
Huh.
That came in the mail yesterday, which I'm not sure why it didn't just arrive with the game.
That makes no sense. Yeah, that's weird.
It gets you amped up.
It was completely free just for making the pre-order, but then they paid the money to ship it out separately.
Right.
Gets you excited.
I don't get, yeah. But that's fine. I mean,
So,
I'll take it.
Uncharted is the embargo's up, so all the reviews hit.
I'm staying so far away from those.
I am
I'm so
too.
scared to read anything.
But what I do want to say is it's had 71 critics review it.
It's running
Still
like
carries-
still a 94.
It's a 94. So of the 71 reviews, that consists of 71 positive, 0 mixed, and 0 negative. So it seems to be universal that this game is
Good.
very good. So if you were worried about... I'll tell you something else in this picture that's in the background of this Metacritic page. Nate is jumping and reaching for that coin, Matt.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. He looks like he's running up a wall, but he's reaching for that coin you sent me a picture of.
I imagine that coin has nothing to do with the game. Like in my mind, that's just kind of an incidental in the game.
No, I don't
wonder
think
if
so.
I wonder if it's a big part of the story.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Like, I wonder if, yeah.
he's reaching for it.
Thank
I
you.
need my coin.
I love you.
Yeah. So I haven't read any of the reviews either. I'm staying away from everything.
I haven't read spoilers, but I like to get an idea of what a game's going to be before I pick it up, especially if it's one that I'm incredibly interested in.
Yeah.
Because I've been let down before by games I was incredibly interested in.
Fallout 4, what up?
No, that's not the one.
Yup.
It's not one of the ones I was.
That's the
thinking
one.
of,
That's the one I'm thinking of.
But so I have been reading, but everything that it hits all the notes of things I like. It seems so. I'll be picking it up immediately. Other than that, I played Rocket League in the Division. And something else we'll talk about later.
We can talk about it now.
We want to go.
Oh, we can talk about it now?
Well, we're talking about nothing but Uncharted, and I feel like it's a good time.
All right, we'll do it.
So a little game came out on the App Store, on the Android Store, on the Google Play,
On the iOS.
the iOS App Store. It is Uncharted Fortune Hunter.
That is what it is.
So I'm
Right.
I'm browsing the App Store, looking for something new for the iPad, and I come across this little gem. I'm like, what is this? Probably shit is what it probably is. Because the game tie-in, like it's probably just to get me excited about playing Uncharted.
Right.
Open it up and jump in, and it's a good game.
It is a good game.
Yeah, I'm addicted.
It's in the vein of the Hitman Go, Lara Croft Go, in my opinion.
It's very much like Lara Croft Go.
So I would put it better than Hitman Go, but not quite as good as Lara Croft Go.
Yeah, I would put it
Yeah.
there. I like the puzzles. It's not as I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, the art style is cool. It is a free-to-play game, but there are microtransactions.
Mm-hmm.
To this point, have not felt that they are necessary.
Nope.
It hasn't even crossed my mind. So
yeah, I was kind of open to the idea of microtransactions with this one. I was just going to buy my way to the top so that I didn't have to play it. But as it turns out, you don't really need to do that either. You can just you can really just play this game and unlock everything so far. And I'm on the last set of puzzles for it, and all I've needed to do is
solve the puzzle
really
and finish.
Yeah. I mean, there's a costume you unlock that gets you more gold so that you can buy stuff faster. But once you've unlocked everything, the gold is
useless.
Completely useless. Yeah, it's just kind of arbitrary.
I'm guessing until they still have a couple worlds to open up that they haven't. And in a future update, right?
Yeah, it says there are more costumes coming also. So really, what I'm using the gold for at this point is to get the loot drops faster. Because I have like 80-something keys that I can't do anything with.
Right.
So I just pay to get the loot drops and use the keys up.
Right.
So, but it's the idea that you can play this app and unlock things for
the game.
Not only it ties into Uncharted 4. That's why it got me, because they're like costumes for the game, right? For like Nate and Sully, they're weapon upgrades for multiplayer, and then there are like perks for multiplayer,
boosters and stuff. Yeah,
and sure you're gonna get those in the game, but it's the idea of having like I have over 1,000 relics to start the game with. Like, that's pretty fun. I don't know what they do, but whatever they do, I have them.
I'm sure there's a form of currency or something.
Yeah, probably.
I would think. But yeah, I haven't played as much as you guys because when I work, I actually have to work. I can't just sit at a desk.
Whoa!
Wait, hey now, man, listen.
What just happened?
I don't know.
If my employers are listening. Yeah,
damn right.
Yeah. What if one of the moms listening may works where I work?
Right.
Then she knows what you do.
Right.
God damn it!
I didn't realize it was throw us under the bus time with Uncle Dan.
Back's a little sore.
So I don't get to play
run
as
over.
much. Okay. Well, get yourself to the chiropractor, bitch. Get that shit fixed.
With friends like you, I'm sure it'll get straightened out soon enough.
Probably.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, weird.
He still got mad. He can be your friend too because he doesn't do shit at his job either. So.
Wow.
Either? What does that mean? I work hard.
Yeah, playing Uncharted. I know.
What
There's
the fuck
nothing
is
wrong
happening?
with that.
I'm gonna have to really edit this podcast. Last 3 minutes is gonna be silent.
Just play something together. Just find a.
No, I'm leaving the time in there. I'm just cutting the audio.
Oh, okay, that's fine. But so I'm not as far along as you guys are. You guys, for whatever reason, have more time to play than I do. I'm not saying it's work.
Let me tell it in a different way.
I'm not saying.
Get that dump button ready.
I'm not saying that you play games at work. It's not what I'm saying.
Here, I want to say it though in my way.
Okay.
Both Matt and myself are so efficient at work that we create time.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, because
That works for
everything
me.
is already finished.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, now go ahead.
I'm gonna call bullshit on that, but okay.
I play on my state mandated breaks.
Yeah. And so I'm not as far along as you guys, but I really like it too. I'm really enjoying it, and I do like that it ties in. So you can get some pretty sweet ass rewards. I can get some shit for the game.
Yeah, if it didn't tie in, I don't think I would be interested in it.
Yeah, I don't know that I would either. I mean, it's fun. I would try it, but what keeps me going is a chance to win stuff for a game that I'm getting that hasn't come out yet.
Right.
So the rewards, let me run through them real quick. These are PS4 multiplayer rewards for Uncharted 4 that you unlock in this game. Casual Drake outfit. Looks fantastic. It's like a purple button-up with the sleeves rolled up and a pair of,
khaki shorts and flops, dude.
Yeah, it's not like cargos, though. It's like khaki shorts.
Yeah.
Like pantsy cut off.
Yeah, and like some Birkenstocks.
Yeah. The newsboy hat, which I think we all know that looks good. That's for Nate
Does
also.
it?
Yeah, it looks real good.
I don't think I'm as interested in that one as you are.
The France Sully outfit, which I don't like as much. There's weapon skin, the dark knotted wood weapon skin, and the copper weapon skin, and then my personal favorite, the top hat for Sully.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can put that on anybody or if it's just showing it on these characters.
I assume that it's for the character that it goes with.
Yeah,
like the top hat goes with
think.
Sully. Now, what would be awesome is if they're multiplayer.
The opposite.
Well, go ahead. What's the opposite?
I assume that because they don't feel the need to call it the Drake Newsboy hat. That can be worn by anybody.
Yeah, that's my thought was with the two hats and the two guns, like the copper gun skin. It's on an AK-47, but I assume that can go on any gun.
Yeah.
In multiplayer, and the hats are going to be the same, I would guess. And then the two costumes for Drake, I guess, go in the single player.
Now, the one thing that's concerning me right now is, so those back two levels right now are not unlocked.
Right. So what's on those?
Well, so there's not enough treasures to unlock the top hat.
Well, the top hat and then the second costume for Nate can only be unlocked in the back two sets of levels.
So that's upsetting.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to play up to that point so that I don't have to worry about it anymore.
Right. I need to know when those are coming.
When are those coming?
No, I need to know.
Oh, yeah, I'm about to get the newsboy hat, but the Sully outfit, the France outfit for Sully, and the top hat, those are the two that I won't be able to get until they release the new stuff. Everything else I have.
I will tell you, if you're one of these people with a tablet and a phone, it is not a cross save type game. Now the question I have is, if I play it twice,
how'd you find that out?
Yeah, but if I play it twice, do I get the relic boosters? I wonder if I get those twice.
Well, I'm going to guess that you can only sign into your PSN account once on it.
Nope. It lets me sign in on both.
You can sign into your PSN account?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not able to yet.
Mine says coming May 10th.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, here's another little tidbit. If anybody's listening and plays on Android out there, don't search for Uncharted. It won't bring you up anything. You have to search for Fortune Hunter.
Uncharted Fortune Hunter.
You mean
Right.
up top where it tells you have to sign in?
Yeah, it says sign in coming May 10th.
Oh, that's weird.
That's what mine says,
so all of my rewards are in red. It says connect to the PlayStation Network to transfer.
Oh, bizarre. All mine say successfully transferred.
Yeah, I hope yours don't work.
They're all green and they say successfully transferred. It sounds like mine have already worked.
That's what you think.
That's what you think. That's what they want you to think, because it's Apple. That's how they get you.
Right. That's how they get you.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're not gonna have anything you've unlocked.
I'm gonna if that's the case, I'll take Uncharted back before I take the shrink wrap off of it.
If you do, I'll email Best Buy and tell them to get that coin too.
It was free. They can't take it back.
Yeah, they can.
Why would they take it back?
Because
Indian
you're
givers?
a fucking thief.
How is that making me a thief?
Woo! It's all right. Isn't it? Uncharted or Drake's a thief. Nate Drake's a thief, so it's perfect.
Yeah, but the thief's in. Like, Matt's got to stop.
My God.
Gotta stop, Matt. Whatever.
Does Drake die at the end of this?
Probably.
I don't know.
Are we speculating like how do we think this ends?
I don't want a story. I just want to know if you think he dies.
No.
No.
Does his brother die?
Yes.
I think so. I think he loses his motivation to continue.
I'm going to agree. He has to lose something really important. I don't think they can kill Elena.
And I think it's going to be based on a choice that he made that resulted in his brother's death.
It was a choice he had to make, though.
It's a choice it's a choice that had to be made, but I think it needs to reflect. In order for it to end, I think it needs to reflect his obsessiveness with relic hunting.
I think it's a pretty safe bet to say that his brother's probably going to force him into a situation where he has to kill his brother, or his brother has to die. You know,
I don't think he'll
one
kill
of those. I think it'll be one of those like your brother's a piece of shit. Save whatever thing you've been hunting the whole game, or save your brother, or like maybe I don't know. I see that coming because I have a hard time with brother stuff. So I got a feeling I'm gonna be crying at the end of this game. I have a real hard time with anything where like brothers are fighting or where they don't where something happens to one brother or another. Like I can't deal with that shit.
I assume he'll have to make a choice between saving maybe certain people and
right,
and he won't be able to choose his brother, and that's why he's going to be done with it. But I don't think that they can. I don't think that the fans would like them to kill Sully or like them to kill Elena. So I think it's easier to bring a character in, make you love that character, and then kill him.
Yeah.
Than it is to take somebody that people are so attached to.
Yes. I agree
Plus,
with
when
that.
they do that Sullivan spin-off game.
Yeah. I know I'm already just thinking about it, having a hard time with where I think this game's going to go, and I don't like it.
We'll know by the next podcast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we'll have an idea. Might not be there yet.
Fucking know.
I would say, I would say several of us will know at that point.
You guys are going to finish it that quickly?
Yeah, probably.
Must be nice to have that kind of fucking time.
Well, we play at work, Dan.
I know.
Yeah, when that day, the day that it comes out, I only work for like a quarter of a day, and then I have the next day off. I'll probably finish it by Thursday.
I've been told if you're relic hunting and going after the collectibles that you can expect around a 16-hour game.
Yeah, I fully expect to finish it on Wednesday.
I expect to finish it probably Saturday of next week.
I have no idea when I'm going to finish it.
If I don't finish it by Wednesday, I probably never will. I won't have time any other time. So,
I mean, you got to play that multiplayer too.
A lot of beef.
the multiplayer is one thing, but like finishing the actual story, being able to sit down and dedicate that time, I don't know if I'm going to have, because we've got vacation coming up.
To be fair, I did try to take Wednesday off, and that turned out to be a no-go.
Yeah.
I don't know that I want to play the multiplayer till I finish the story.
That's how
I think I'm kind of in that boat too. Yep.
The problem is you're going to go in there and you're going to have a bunch of people who only want to play the multiplayer, not the story, and they're going to be completely leveled up, and you're going to be a piece of shit who gets shot in the face all the time.
Uncharted's not one of those games where higher ranked players outdo you.
True.
You know, it is actually a skill based multiplayer, which is nice. So if you go in there and you play enough, you're going to get good at it, and you'll be able to rank up. Plus, there are all those people who were like us in Uncharted 3. They played through the beta and they had all that experience, and then the game came out. And
right.
They, I'm not worried about that so much. But I do definitely want to.
I know I'm looking
to
forward
finish
to
this
Tuesday.
story.
That's what I know.
Hell yeah!
I feel like did I just sound really stoned?
Yeah.
When I said that, yeah, I kind of felt like I did. As after I said that, I was like, huh.
That's fine.
So fucking
Matt just
stoned,
carried
bro.
it along with it when he's like, "Hell yeah."
That's what I'm
Hell
looking
yeah, bro.
forward to, bro.
Yeah.
What?
Bruh. What up,
Dude,
bruh?
dude, hit
Weed.
this. Hit this.
Weed.
What
Weed.
is happening? What do we got next?
Let's keep talking about shooters because they get my dick hard.
That's
Oh
right.
man,
This,
I know that you don't
No,
like
they
shooters,
don't.
but I'm excited about this.
I like them when you pull the camera back so I can see who the fuck I'm controlling.
Yeah.
God damn it!
This week, after numerous rumors, reports, leaks, and teasers, Activision officially announced Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I'm sorry.
Wow, you want to rewind that?
Ooh.
Jeez,
Well, 'cause they're
Infinity War. That's Marvel.
Infinity Ward and Infinite Warfare.
Completely different.
See, they are completely different, but they're similar. in
Not even
scope.
close.
You're an idiot.
Similar. I'll give it to
They're
them.
I'm not the
They're
one that said it
similar.
wrong.
I know.
But they're similar.
I'm
I
being
know.
defensive right now.
One of the biggest differences appears from past games is that this one is partially going to be set in space. There's
Space.
Great.
There's dogfighting, zero-G combat, and more. Players are going to step into
Sounds like a Halo game.
Yeah.
Players are going to step into the shoes of Captain Reyes, a special ops pilot who helms the Retribution, one of Earth's last remaining warships. It will see him or her lead the remnants of a coalition of forces against a relentless enemy. It's going to take players across the solar system, spanning locations including Earth and beyond, in a grand-scale war.
That sounds terrible.
It sounds
Yeah,
horrible,
it really does.
and it looks horrible.
It looks stupid. It looks like somebody tried to take Halo and Call of Duty and blend them into one game.
Yeah,
Call of Duty is going the complete wrong direction with everything except for their multiplayer,
then
it seems like.
We'll talk about the other one in a minute.
So did everybody watch the trailer for this?
Yes.
Oh, god damn it. This is the game that's going to get me back into shooters.
Not this one.
Not this
The
one. We're
Call
still
of
on
Duty.
Call of Duty.
For Infinite Warfare? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Not that it looks terrible. Like, it
doesn't-
l's like a AAA title.
The thing
right?
is
it looks,
it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't look like a terrible game. It looks like a
Yeah.
horrible Call of Duty.
But the whole time that it was playing, right? Because when you play Call of Duty, the people that I think that want to play Call of Duty are people who are into like guns, right? They're into like tactical military things. They care about like what gun they're shooting, what caliber of ammunition it is, like their loadout, like that means something to them when they're playing the game, right? Because what you have is kind of like gun nuts come over and play video games about guns, right?
I think that's a little simplified,
like,
but I do think you might be onto something.
In my mind, like that's a pretty similar, like that's a pretty good assessment of probably 40% of Call of Duty players, and the rest of it are kids who really just like that kind of like tag in a military setting, right?
Right.
But the whole time watching this preview, I'm thinking you guys are getting further and further away from what made Modern Warfare cool, which is that like in Modern Warfare, like there is Glock and HK and FN, and like there are these gun brands, right? They're like this military thing, like they made it real in the game. Nothing's off-brand, everything's real. All of the, like, it's very tactical and exactly like a military setting. Mm-hmm. And I watched this one, I'm like, all right, here we are 8 games removed from that, and we couldn't be further from what really set that series apart, which was,
to be fair,
making it as realistic as possible.
Some would call innovation.
I mean, you can't let it get stale, right? You can't let it just sit there and stagnate and get boring and make the same game over and over and over. And so, kudos to them for trying something new.
Now I just want to add. I just want to finish this up real quick, Matt. Here's what's probably going to be the most interesting about this for a lot of people. Call of Duty. It's also going to be released with Modern Warfare Remastered. Modern Warfare Remastered is going to be a full campaign and 10 multiplayer maps from the original Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. It's going to be included in the Legacy, Legacy Pro, and Digital Deluxe editions of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, which is going to be out on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC on November 4th. They're going to have multiplayer on that, on the remaster. I think, which kind of blows my mind. That was not something I was expecting.
Right, and so this is the only thing that interests me in this game, is being able to get a remastered version of Modern Warfare with multiplayer.
Right.
Because that was probably I would say that's the greatest first-person shooter of our generation at this point, was Call of Duty 4, right? I thought that game was incredible. So to be able to get that, like I could throw Infinite Warfare in the garbage, but Modern Warfare I would love to have on my PS4.
So it would appear that you'll have to throw it in the garbage because at this time they have no plans to sell it separately.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll last all of 6 months.
Probably.
Yeah. I'll just wait for the digital release. But that's worth a solid $25, $30 just to get Modern Warfare on PS4.
I do want to throw out that that trailer has a very terrible, terrible cover of a David Bowie song.
Yes, it does.
Yep. Most trailers that are coming out with covers are terrible.
It's worse than normal, I would say.
Yeah.
And I think it's just in bad taste right now. I think it's a good idea.
Some artists should not be covered.
It's what, 2 months? And 2 months removed?
Bowie's one of them.
It's a little soon, and it wasn't good, and I don't know. That certainly wasn't my problem with that game, but that certainly didn't help.
Yeah. I take that back. Bowie can be covered. There are some really good David Bowie covers out there, but that just isn't one of them. But that's the same thing like that Tears for Fears cover that everybody was using for Gears of War and then every other game that came out for the next 10 years. That's also a shitty cover that I thought ruined the trailers. Yeah. The Gary Jules version of that song is one of the worst things I've ever heard. Because it's not what the song is not that.
I don't want to get into music talk. I just want to say
I like it better with the thump.
Yeah.
I just want to say it's not. That didn't help me any. So you take the Call of Duty trailer, you spin it 180.
Uh-huh.
Right.
And you end up with Battlefield 5, which is now confirmed to be called Battlefield 1.
I can't wait to play this game.
The sequel to Battlefield 4 is not called Battlefield 5. It is Battlefield 1. It is set in World War 1, and it looks fucking incredible.
Did you see that fucking club with the barbed wire on it?
Yeah.
You know what?
Fucking Harlem Hellfighters holding?
That whole trailer looks awesome.
Yes, it does.
Biplanes, dude. Like
horses.
Red Baron style
horses.
biplanes.
Yeah.
Horses.
Yeah.
Artillery. Old school artillery.
Melee.
Horses.
trench warfare and melee. Like, how cool is that? Did you see the mustard gas? Like, I know that's like really shitty stuff, but like, there's mustard gas in that trailer.
Let's not forget horses.
And the fact you have to. Oh man, that's cool.
There, Ryan.
Horses.
I'm backing you up on it. I'm hearing you
So
not shutting
cool.
up in the background. So,
Just because I don't want to play this. I don't want to play any first person shooter. But when I watched this trailer, like it felt the way that I think a first person World War I shooter should feel.
Yeah.
Like dirty and gritty and nasty and not glamorous and just disgusting.
I don't usually want to play these games, but I want to play this one.
Well, I think what interests me most is most military games. Battlefield 4, like you go back and through Battlefield 4, going backwards through all the Call of Duties. The combat gets distance to it because of guns and scopes and stuff, right? Like long range rifles.
This is up close
so you don't really
and
get
personal.
up close with your enemy. Yeah, this one, like, you have to get up in somebody's face because you can't shoot them from across the map. Like, you actually have to have an encounter with somebody. Like, that's very interesting. What a cool idea.
Right, so if you're interested in that, it's going to be out October 18th, but you can play it October 21st.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah, the EA Origins early preview is on the 18th of October.
18th. So if you're not a EA Origins, basically, if you're not on PC or Xbox One, you can pre-order the game, the deluxe version, and get to play on October 8th also.
18th. Isn't it 18th?
18th. Yeah, it's 18th. I'm having a stroke right now.
That's fine. Just get it together, dude. Take a breath.
I don't know what's happening.
Breathe. Maybe you need
The
to
horses.
Maybe you need to let a burp out.
The idea of fucking just headshotting somebody while you're full stride on a horse.
Right. I feel like that's going to be difficult.
Yeah, I feel like it's... Oh, shit.
Or from
Jesus
a fucking biplane.
Christ.
I tried to let you know that was coming.
I can't wait to... And that's the thing about Battlefield is the vehicle warfare is going to make that so interesting, like those old school vehicles. I can't wait to play the multiplayer.
You're gonna have the really old school tanks.
Yeah, because Battlefield's known for like 16 on 16 and 32 on 32 multiplayer. So these huge open maps with like melee trench warfare with horses and tanks and biplanes. How fun does that sound? That sounds so interesting and so different from... Yeah, it's still a shooter, it's still a war game, but it's so different from everything.
Right. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It looks all right.
And this is what people have been screaming for a couple of years too.
Right.
Like World War II was the thing for so long, and now we've done the modern warfare thing for so long. Like, take it back to World War I.
I can't wait for Battlefield Revolutionary War.
Civil War. That'll really ruffle some feathers.
Civil War will ruffle some feathers.
The Revolutionary War is called Assassin's Creed 3.
Right.
It's not
French
first
and
person.
Indian War.
It's not first
See that?
person.
It is if you get real close to your TV.
It's not. No, it's not.
Really fucking close.
I don't think you
Get up
understand
in
how
that TV.
first person works, you fucking idiot.
Yeah. Get up in that TV.
You're an idiot.
I don't know how you're going to enjoy virtual reality. You're going to get that VR headset, and everything's going to be a first-person game, and you're going to puke.
Person.
Yeah, you're going to fucking puke.
I don't know why you'll puke.
Because you're the only sissy that pukes.
Right, but you're the only one of us. You're the only one of us that doesn't like first-person games, and you're the first one to go out and like
Jump on
full
VR.
blast by a VR headset.
Let's just rewind to my problem with VR is that I don't feel like the person. It's always been my complaint.
You mean first-person, right?
Yeah, first person. I don't feel like the person.
Okay.
But my assumption is that VR will help correct some of that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Right.
I'll be totally surrounded and feel like that person.
Right. $500 assumption. That's all I'm saying.
It's only money.
Yeah, it's only money. You can't take it with you, bruh.
Right. Takes money to make money.
You got that right.
Next story. Take money to make money. Whatever.
That's true. Did you fucking drop some cash on the Kentucky Derby yesterday?
No.
Yeah, dude, what do you think startup capital is?
No, I did not.
You gamble?
No, I don't.
Yeah. It's worthless to bet on something like the Derby when you know the horse that's going to win. Like you knew Nyquist was going to win, so why go bet?
I still watched the 17 hours of coverage leading up to it, though.
Right.
Yeah, that's my favorite part. It's a full day of coverage for a
Costas,
2-minute horse race.
You beautiful son of a bitch.
Right, and the whole time they're just like, Nyquist is going to come out here, he's going to run over everybody, it's going to be over in less than 2 minutes, it's going to be a great thing. Look at all these beautiful horses, they're on the walk. They let the horses out of the gate. It's over in like a minute 34 because the pace is too fast. Nyquist blows him out of the water by like 2 horse lengths. It was stupid.
It was good. Most exciting 2 minutes in sports.
Stupid.
I saw that yesterday. I saw that everywhere. Every clickbait.
The race for the Triple Crown was way better with American Pharaoh.
Well, I mean, it's his first, so if he wins the next one, it'll heat up the same way.
That's true. Yeah, what's the next one? The Breeders' Cup or something like that? What's that stupid thing called?
You've got Preakness.
Yeah, Preakness.
And then you've got the Belmont Stakes.
What the fuck am I thinking of Breeders' Cup? Is that a dog thing?
I don't know.
What is that? I don't know.
I don't know, but now I know how Ryan feels when we talk about comic books.
Yeah.
Ryan loves horse racing. He's an equestrian.
You'll find I love most things that make no sense.
Yeah, you got that equestrian game.
Yeah. That game's fucking good. Was it like GI Jockey?
I don't know.
2014
You've got that arcade
for PS3.
game too about racing horses.
Yeah,
That's a legit like horse racing, like real video on Laserdisc.
Right.
And that's a gem of my collection.
Everybody know the big date that just passed?
Yeah, the Derby. We just talked about it.
No, before that. Even more important. May the 4th be with you.
Oh,
yeah,
whatever,
please talk
man.
about this. Matt doesn't get pissed about it at all.
Yeah. You go ahead. I'm just not going to say anything. I don't care.
Electronic Arts made a huge announcement on Star Wars Day, also known as May 4th. Hence, May the 4th be with you. EA Studios executive Patrick Soderlund revealed that EA is working with Titanfall developer Respawn Entertainment on an all-new third-person action-adventure game set in the Star Wars universe. Should be noted, Respawn is also working on Titanfall 2, which is rumored to come out later this year. That's all.
That sounds cool. I'm all for a new Star Wars game.
Yeah, the thing is, though, you've already got the other one being made at, what is it, Volition?
Yeah, Battlefront and then Volition's got one coming out.
No, that's not right.
Whatever girl
Visceral.
from Uncharted left to go, yeah.
Amy Hennig.
Visceral.
Yeah,
Amy Hennig.
the one that she's working on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Visceral. Volition, do they make was that Saints Row guys? Is that it, Saint Row guys?
Sure.
I don't know, sure.
It's
yeah.
Visceral. Visceral.
I think it is.
Visceral is who made that, yeah.
Yeah.
Visceral, they made Dead Souls and all that stuff.
Nope, they made Dead Space.
Not Dead Souls. Dead Space and Darksiders.
It's going to feel like a mixture of Dead Space and Uncharted, I think.
Could be. Well, I mean, it's also something
Sounds
to keep
good.
in mind here is I know it seems like there's like a lot of Star Wars games coming out all of a sudden, but there's a new movie set to be released every year for like the next who the fuck knows how long.
Yeah, like for the next like 7 years, I think.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah,
this isn't.
that's not even a fucking joke. Like there really are like
Right.
5 more movies coming out.
So
You don't want too much.
Yeah, but I think Star Wars is one of those things where you can't get too much.
Right.
As long as the content is good and they're gonna shovel as much money into
and
it to keep it
different.
good as they can.
As long as
Yeah.
each one is a unique property on its own, I think you'll be fine.
Yeah. And Star Wars games, not everyone's always good. You don't get KOTOR every time.
No.
But Battlefront's a great game. I'm all for a new Star Wars story-based game. So if they can pull that off over at Visceral, that's fine, or wherever the fuck that studio is.
Visceral.
I know a lot
Yeah.
of people hated the game, but I liked Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
I thought you
liked
were going
it.
to say Pod Racer.
No.
No.
That's what
I
But
liked-
gonna-
I liked
would
Bounty
like
Hunter.
another Rogue Squadron style game.
Or the old Dark Forces games.
I just don't
Just
want
super Star Wars, dude.
I don't want another a Jedi that doesn't realize he's a Jedi and trying to learn how to use his powers. Like, I don't want all that.
Yeah, that's kind of the trope for
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't
But I
want that,
think
though.
we're gonna see that go away with like Rogue One, right? The new movie that's coming.
Which
That's
looks fucking good.
yeah, it really does. Now, what I don't want to see, what seems to be the trend coming up in Star Wars, is that
Everybody's related.
every protagonist has to be a female, and I get it, we can do that, but don't do it for the sake of doing it. Like, the character needs to make sense. Like, Rey is a great character, but we don't I don't need to follow just because the past 6 movies have been all like male protagonist based. I don't think that we have to offset that with female protagonists just to offset it.
I don't think
just
it
for the
matters
sake of it.
as long as you are able to tell the story you want to tell. I don't get concerned with that.
Yeah,
If it interferes with the story, then yes. But
I just hope
9
it doesn't.
times out of 10, it's not going to.
I just see that, like, for some reason in my brain that's going to become a trend.
Okay.
And I don't know why. Like, I don't know why it needs to be
But so what?
made a trend. Just do it. Like, if it fits, do it. But don't, like, everything doesn't have to follow suit just because it worked in one movie. Like, they don't all have to. Does that make sense, what I'm saying?
Not at all.
I don't mean...
Not at all, because I deal with men all the time.
Yeah, but I guess I just... I don't know. I guess consciously I don't see it as a thing with male characters.
Well, because not to be a dick, and I know this isn't what you're saying, but what it sounds like you're saying is, look, I really don't think we need to make gender equality a thing all the time just because it worked the last time.
Yeah,
That's kind of what it sounds like you're saying, and I know that's not what you're saying, but
I think I'm saying it the other way. I think I'm saying we don't need to make gender equality a thing to make it a thing. I think I'm saying, like, gender equality is a thing, and if it suits the story, then so be it, and that's the decision that should be made. But don't I
think that's what you'll see.
Don't treat it like it's something that has to be done. You know.
I mean, because you've also got the Han Solo movie coming out. They're not putting a girl in that. They're not making Han Solo a female.
That's true.
What if they do?
They're not.
Well, they already cast a male for Han Solo.
But what if they recast?
He's also been a boy forever.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
What if you get to pick at the beginning of the movie?
That would be cool. Like, it's choose your own adventure, but everybody in the theater has to vote.
The movie's exactly the same.
Right? But you just pick which one you want to go. Screen 1 or screen 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just, I'm scared to see that in video games and movies. Does that make sense? Like, to cheapen what gender equality means by making it an affirmative action? Does that make sense?
I don't like affirmative actions on anything.
Right.
I don't either. But, like, to me, gender equality is more than an affirmative action, and I don't want it to be
I agree with that.
Cheapened
but in some cases,
in movies and video games by forcing it.
You need the affirmative action in order to make that, put it out there so it can be noticed, to become normal.
Yeah, I get, like, it should just, my brain is, like, it's such a thing.
No, I understand what you're saying, and that's, like I just don't
to me,
think
like,
you
it should never, it shouldn't be a thing.
Because in my head, I don't have the inequality issue. I don't see anybody different than the same. I don't
exactly
care.
But there are people that do, and that's that's the shame of it, is that we have to point it out to these people that, like, hey, it's okay to have a female lead just because you're stupid doesn't mean the rest of us have to be. And like, in our brains, there's not a gap, there's not a barrier.
Tell me
there.
a good story and give me good characters. I don't care. I don't care if they're purple with 4 dicks sticking out of the top of their head.
I'll play that game.
I care about that, actually. I don't want to see that.
Liar.
You lost me with 4 dicks. The purple was great. 4 dicks out.
Liar.
Here's my thing. Is you put the character that makes the most sense as your lead, and you don't do anything just for the sake of doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, don't make your lead a female just to make it a female. Like, but if it makes sense, 100% make it a female.
No, you have to make sure that your characters fit the story, not that you change the story to fit the character.
But it's like fucking bow and arrows in video games 5 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, every game had a bow and arrow. Like,
right, but if it's a bow hunting game, it makes sense. But for Primal to do it, it makes sense. But if you're doing it just to fucking have one in there, it doesn't make sense.
Right, but you know what I'm talking about? Like, my example is, like, don't put a female lead just to put a female lead, the same way that when Tomb Raider came out, when they did the reboot, like, every fucking game that year had a bow and arrow in it just to have a bow and arrow to copycat something else.
Tomb Raider's real good.
Yeah, it is.
Like, that's a terrible reason to do it. But you remember, like, Call of Duty had a fucking bow and arrow that year.
Call of Duty's real not good.
Yeah.
There are some who would disagree.
Yeah, I can't speak for them. I'm speaking for my goddamn self. I don't like it.
That's fine. I don't like it either. So, So there, boom. What do you got for that now?
I'm not going to play Battlefield 1 either, even though it looks fantastic.
I'm playing Battlefield 1.
I'm stepping on all toes this morning.
That's right, because you're just a dick.
I'm just a fucking rebel without a cause.
You're just a fucking asshole.
A butthole.
Asshole.
You fucking ass clown.
You's an asshole.
What are we talking about next?
We're talking about eSports.
Yes.
Okay.
We're talking about let's make them legitimate.
Like Sports Center legitimate.
So, not that legitimate.
WWE's on SportsCenter. That's
yeah,
pretty legit.
I think. But there's a petition going around the White House. Essentially, what they want is in order to give it legitimacy, they are basically want to have it classified as a traditional sport, so that athletes can get visas to go back and forth like they do now, like they do with professional sports now. So they want it to be treated more like a professional sport, so that say someone who I don't know lives in Haiti but was born in America can get that visa to come back over here and compete in eSports, like they do with baseball, or say Cuba. It happens a lot with. You've got hockey players sharing citizenship. They play in the Olympics in one sport, or play a sport in the Olympics for one country and play professionally in another. So that's what they're looking for when they say they want to give it legitimacy. Not so much have it on SportsCenter every morning, but as far as the legal aspects of esports, they want it to be classified as a legitimate sport, so they can do that, meet those legal qualifications for.
Yeah, I don't know where I stand on this.
So, in order to get the White House to respond to your petition, you have to have 100,000 signatures. As of this recording, they were at 52,000. And let's just be clear, I feel like the White House will respond with...
What?
The White House will respond with, we don't currently have...
Any plans
of allowing visa citizenship based off of esports. However, we will continue to monitor and look into the situation.
Right.
But I mean, that's fine. People want to answer. If you want to go on there and cast your vote, sign a petition, head over to petitions.whitehouse.gov.
The problem is I understand this, and I don't necessarily have a problem with esports being recognized. The problem is once you start talking real world. The reason that baseball and football and hockey and soccer all are considered legitimate and for this is because of the money they generate. I don't know that esports generates the kind of money that is going to make this worth the spender's while. I understand it on the base level, but once you start talking the real world aspect of how these things get done, I don't know that it measures up.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I just don't know.
This is weird. Like, I don't know where I stand here because...
Yeah, I'm right there too.
Yeah, I consider video games to be a legitimate sport when you're like a team-based sport, but I don't know if it's... Man, I don't know. That's tough. Because it's different. I
don't feel like you should not get it.
Right.
I don't feel like you should not be able to receive a visa, because if that is what you do for a living and it is, here's your career, you do have to work at it. It is a sport.
But I understand. Yeah. But I think I understand what your problem with it might be, Matt. Essentially, when it comes down to traditional sports, like I said, football, soccer, baseball, maybe even wrestling,
cricket,
WWE, cricket, any of them, those are practice makes perfect, training every day, natural born ability and skill. Those are
gaming
to a point, but gaming is also based off of technology, and technology is available to everybody on an equal level.
Yeah, but the ability to practice a game and play a game and get good at a game, like Rocket League, for instance,
mm-hmm.
like that's about skill to me.
But I
don't know that I disagree with this idea. I think that I'm just apprehensive to say that, like, the word legitimate is throwing me off. Like, to me, eSports is a weird word for me already, but to me, like, competitive gaming is a legitimate sport. But this opens up the door for, like, and I don't mean to do this like it's a gateway for, like Magic the Gathering to be a legitimate sport. But to me, competitive gaming is just taking the hobby and just taking the competition of it and making like an industry of it.
Money into it.
It's right. It's not a sport per se. Like to me, this isn't a sport like nations competing against each other sport. They do in tournaments, but this is a like when you I don't know how to like you take the like. Now all of a sudden, like, okay, so football, nobody plays football as a fucking hobby, right? You start when you're a kid, you get concussions your whole life, and you make it into the NFL if you're lucky because that's a career path. That's one of those, like, that's one of those things that you do, right? Gaming should never, in my mind, gaming should never be that. Gaming is about the hobby, like the enjoyment of it, and then there is the competitive side that you can practice for and make money.
Well, the problem with that is there are people who don't care about football and people who do care about video games that will disagree with you in 180%.
Every other sport that is a quote-unquote legitimate sport that you can get a visa for, those are like lifelong dedicated to that sport things. You very rarely play those sports as a hobby. Like, sure, you go play a pickup game of basketball, right? But nobody goes out and plays like hardcore, like hard as they can basketball as their hobby.
Well, but on the flip side of that, I've got to imagine that before these became professional sports, that's exactly how they were played.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean,
to
before
me,
there's
you start getting into this gray area where video
professional
games aren't
designation. Things have to be played as a hobby and widely accepted, which means it has to grow exponentially in entertainment value and interest.
Yeah, video games are just it's this new area, right? It's like this. There's this new. There's a gap between there's a difference between football that the three of us would go play in the yard and football that's played at an NFL level.
Oh, I promise
but there's
you,
not a difference.
I promise you there is a definite difference between competitive gaming and what the three of us can do in competitive gaming.
It's all consumer based gear. We can go buy all of the same gear and technology that they would use to play the game. The only difference is the level of practice.
Right, that's the point I made like 15 minutes ago.
Right, but you can't go buy like NFL grade pads and helmets.
Sure you can.
For enough people to go out and play a hobby, right? To play it as a hobby.
If you had money.
You could.
A lot of people can't afford to go out and buy a PS4.
Right.
So, but I mean, I understand. Like, I have a hard time with it too because I don't know.
Because it's a new area. It really is. We've never seen.
Yeah.
In our lifetimes, someone somewhere has obviously seen it. But
also, why do you need a visa to play something that can be done through the web, right?
I think that's the one that I keep getting hung up on. Why do you need to be here to do it?
At this point, it becomes just a reason to get a visa into whatever country it is you want to live in.
Exactly, because the thing about competitive gaming is it can be done from anywhere. That's the beauty of gaming. Like, if you're in China, you don't need a visa for the States to play against somebody in the States or to play on a team in the States.
Each country has its own caps, policies, and limitations on internet. The United States has one of the lowest caps. Most other states are running most other countries are running upload-download speeds much higher than the United States offers.
Right, so that's why I don't understand.
That's just because their cable industry isn't privatized like ours.
Yeah, but why do you need to be here to do it?
Yeah, and I'm on. That's where I'm at with you, Ryan. You don't really need to be. We don't. I would say it the other way. We don't need to be there to do it, right? Like an American citizen doesn't need a visa to Japan to be able to compete competitively in their eSports leagues.
Right.
I think at best what you would need is a passport to travel with your team for in-house tournaments. Like, oh, hey, like there's
well, I'm
they're
guessing
going to do
it probably
a
comes down to the money, and it comes down to if it ever does get to as a legitimate sport, and now you have a professional level, and some countries probably would pay better for a professional round. And I mean, it comes down to money and wanting to live in the country you live in. It doesn't come down to actually being necessary to compete the way you want to compete. Is the problem?
Yeah. I disagree. I think where I'm going to land is that I disagree with this because it's unnecessary to get a visa. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of where I was anyway, but I disagree. I don't think it's necessary.
How odd. Yeah, how odd.
There's something, I mean, why is it that you need a government to determine what's legitimate?
Yeah, that's also weird. Like, why do you need a... Nobody can tell you that the sport is legitimate or not.
Right.
It either is made that way by the people who play the sport...
But no, it comes down to the people who want to get paid outrageous amounts of money or move to whatever country they decide they want to live in.
Yeah, that's
Which
weird.
9 times out of 10 is going to be, let's go to the United States. So, that's that. Hello? Are you guys gone?
Nope.
Did you fall asleep, Ryan? You got anything to add?
Oh, I definitely don't have anything to add.
No?
I think you covered it all.
Okay.
If you are interested, petitions.whitehouse.gov.
So would you say you agree with most of what we said? Disagree with all of it? Which way
A
you
little bit of
leaning?
both.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
You have till May 29th to sign the petition. If you head over to that website, it's on the front page. Scroll down about halfway and you'll see it. That brings us to the newest section of this podcast, Gone But Not Forgotten. We reach back in our gaming past. We dust off an old classic, a gem for you. We tell you all about it so you can watch videos, maybe play it if you have it, or talk to a friend about it in their home. Go to their house, kick the door in. You say, listen to this game. Something
Listen
like that.
to this game.
Listen
like
to
it's
this
a record.
game. You just play the audio
it
from
might
it.
have some really good sound design, so shut your mouth around
Right.
that.
Like it's a record.
Well, mine, yeah. So let me tell you about my game. Intelligent Cube
Oh,
God damn, I love that game.
for the PlayStation.
PS1.
Yeah,
nice.
my jam.
That's a good game.
It's like $1 million if you can find it, too.
I don't want to talk about it. I sold mine on eBay.
Oh, no.
Why?
Well, I was a young child, needed some cash.
Right. Now it's one of the hardest games to find.
Uh-huh.
I sold that and Bust a Groove, which
Yeah,
is
I
also
understand why you sold that.
a popular one that sells for high money. I use that money to buy PS2 games.
Ah.
God damn it. The most abundant of all games.
I think I sold Intelligent Cube for like $58, and I think I sold Bust a Groove for like $54.
Yeah.
Let's see what she's going for now.
How much? What's it go for now?
I don't want to check. I'm afraid to check.
I'm on it. Don't worry.
So-
All right. You let me know, Matt.
Intelligent Cube, IQ Intelligent Cube, developed by Epix, published by Sony. It was a weird puzzle game, tough to explain. You control a little character and you have to run around the platform, basically making sure you don't get pushed off the map or smashed by these cubes that come rolling at you. And the higher you went, the higher. So the game claimed that your intelligence was.
Right. So let me ask you this, Ryan. Do you want it with the wrapper on it, or you want it pre-played?
Pre-played because I would play it.
You can get it for $82.79.
Oh, it's not.
Buy it now.
It's not as bad as
That's
it
not
might have
bad.
been.
Yeah, if you want it with the wrapper on it, it's $200. So it's actually gone down in the past couple of years because it used to be upwards of like $300 or $400 to get a
With
copy
inflation,
of this.
yeah, that's not so bad.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
'Cause I sold it way back when the PS2 first came out.
Right.
Yeah, $200 is the most expensive one that I see.
I mean, that game came out in November
97.
1997. Yeah.
Yeah, here's one for $41. Here's one for $50.
See, I might have sold it at the peak. I mean,
The
actually be
Japanese
better
version
off.
you can get for $17. Like super, they're everywhere. The Japanese version's rampant.
Check
they only
Bust a
made
Groove
like
for
5
me.
copies here. Bust a Groove.
Bust a Groove PS1. Another rhythm-based classic.
Oh my God, this one. You should get this one back. $25.
Oh, I'd make money to buy that back.
$51. Now here's one for $100. I'm looking for a wrapped one. I don't see. Yeah, you should be able to get this game for like $30 tops.
Mine wasn't wrapped, yeah.
Yeah. $28.44. This is for the Japanese version. You got to watch out too because nobody's listing what region it is. So yeah. So as you know, on the PlayStation 1, up under the PlayStation logo on the top left, it'll say NTSC or PAL.
Right.
But it looks like the NTSC version you should be able to get for like $30.
Nice.
Yeah. Not too bad.
That didn't work out as bad as you would have thought it might.
So that's my Gone But Not Forgotten. Did you guys play that game?
Yeah,
yes.
Loved it. The Pizza Hut demo that it came on was one of the first things for PlayStation that I ever owned, and then I think I had 2 demos of it, and then I ended up finding it at Walmart in the the garbage bin, not like the trash, but like in the get this game for $14.99 or less bin.
Yeah.
And then it got some big. I picked it up right around the same time I got Metal Gear Solid 1, and so I never played it, and it ended up getting donated, I think, to a cousin.
Yeah, it's a good game
because of Metal Gear. Yeah.
I probably didn't enjoy it as much as you guys do, but I'm not huge on puzzle games, so.
I played it at work, you know.
Right, hooked up the old PS1.
That's cool.
No, I brought the PS1 in that has a little screen on it, you know.
Yeah, that you flip up and flip the TV screen up.
Yeah, everything I need right there.
At work. 4 C-cell batteries.
To be fair, I don't think you probably did then, because you probably had a job then that you actually had to work at. Actually, you probably still in school.
Yeah, I was definitely still in school.
So.
I was still in school when the PS2 was out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in high school when that happened.
High school.
Because everybody came in the next day just groggy and tired, man.
Okay. You mean everyone whose parents loved them? Just kidding. Or Alma. First PS2 game, Smuggler's Run.
Yeah, you've told us that before.
Only PS2 game you'll ever need.
Yeah, it's true.
Doesn't hold up. Doesn't hold up. It's tough to go back to.
It's the only one you're gonna need.
Yep. I bought a game this week.
Yeah? What game?
I bought the physical copy of Oddworld New and Tasty.
Oh, okay.
So there's this website that does these limited run of games. They put them out on PS4 and Vita. But they only make between like 5,000 and 500 copies of things.
Really?
Yeah. So I picked it up for $30. I can't decide if I'm going to open it or not because they only made 4,000 copies of it. And I kind of think I have the game digitally.
Yeah, it was free one. You probably do because it was free one.
You should have it.
Yeah, so I won't be opening it then. But yeah, so I picked that up this week. Got that in. It's pretty cool looking.
You need to shoot me a text for that website though.
Yeah, I will. They got one more game that's getting ready to come out. I think on the 9th. But they do like one game at a time and very low run. It's hard to get to. It's fucking quick.
I'll probably never get one then, but I'll try. I want to know the website.
Not with as hard as you have to work at work. There's no way. You don't have time.
You don't. Right. You don't have to work at work, so.
Yeah. I think that's been well established. If you have a Gone But Not Forgotten title you want us to talk about or you just want to share with the other listeners of this podcast, make sure you tweet at @game_stitch using the hashtag GBNF Gone But Not Forgotten. And we'll probably give you a little shout out on this very, very P-cast.
Probably.
P-cast.
We will. No, probably about it. It'll happen.
Well, not if we got like 600.
Oh, fuck yeah. Maybe not on the exact that podcast, but eventually we'll get them in a podcast. And I think 600 might be pushing things a bit. That's a really good week.
It's not a bad week.
It's definitely not a bad week.
If you want to follow me on Twitter, I am @PodcastRyan. If you want to follow Dan, he is @Tolhurst2002, and Matt is @PodcastMatt. You should follow all of us.
Yes.
But if you only have one follow to give, make sure you give it to @game_stitch. Keep up with what we're doing. Real funny, amusing happy birthday tweet to our friend Hoffen Show on Cinco de Mayo. Hope you saw it.
Yes.
If you didn't, go follow us now so you can read it. And happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Hoffen Show.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's your birthday.
Mm-hmm. That's how I like it to be said.
Birth.
We end each and every show with a segment we like to call One Final Thing with Uncle Dan. This week is no fucking different.
It's not. It's going to be pretty basic and short this week. If you think that if someone appears to be angry with you and are saying things to you, stop and determine if perhaps is it personal or is it a situation that they're angry about, and before you go cry in a corner somewhere or whine to somebody that someone was mean to you and didn't just give you your participation trophy. You need to take stock of everything and take into account what was happening. Don't take everything so personal.
I like that one.
Who,
That's a
what,
good
when,
one.
why, where. Get the details.
Deets.
I like to just take a cool down period.
Punch a pillow.
Like when you're heated about something, don't make any decisions right then. Just take 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Go to a different room.
Step back, take stock of what was said to you, and you may realize, it may come to you that, wow, that really wasn't, even though it was loud and it was angry sounding, it was actually some pretty good fucking advice.
Right.
Could happen.
Good one. I like this one.
So just take stock in the situation. Don't take everything so personal. Everybody has this complex that they think they're the most important thing in the world. Trust me, you don't matter that much.
Yeah, stop getting your feelings hurt. Being babies.
Quit being a little bitch.
The plane just take off in somebody's living room?
That's Dan. I don't know.
There's dogs running around upstairs.
God, it sounded like somebody landed a 747 right beside you.
Well, to be
I hope
fair,
it's on the podcast. It was good.
it's three giant German shepherds, so it's pretty close to the size of a plane.
Flock of shepherds.
A flock of shepherds, that's right.
Episode 174, A Flock of Shepherds.
There we go.
Mm-hmm. The German kind.
Of the German persuasion, yes.
Mm-hmm. What do you think your mom's getting you for Mother's Day?
Me?
Uh-huh.
She's making me a sandwich.
Can't think of a more fitting way to end this podcast. It's been episode 174. Be back next week, same time, same place. Be sure to rate us on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Spreaker, whatever service you use. Follow, like, subscribe. Do all those things. Help us out. Tell your friends about this podcast. That's the least you could do for this dime piece of entertainment we drop on you every week. Just tell a friend. Grab them by the arm, shove them up against the wall, and say, hey, listen to this podcast.
Yeah, and then make sure they take stock that you didn't hurt their feelings. You're just trying to give them information.
Right. It wasn't personal. Just want your ear holes to be happy.
Help me help you.
And then share a cigarette with them.
Oh, sure, okay. I guess.
Yeah. Doesn't matter if they don't smoke or not. Share one with them. At the very least, shotgun them once.
And hope they're not allergic.
Yeah.
Because that's different than the feelings hurt thing.
Yeah, people who are allergic to cigarette smoke are called pussies. Damn.
Uh-huh. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. Matt, what happened? You
You
allergic to cigarette smoke?
Yep.
Okay.
Just listening.
All right.
You didn't want to say it.
Right.
He's like, I'm just taking it all in.
Damn, I'm allergic.
I'm just stepping back and just making sure it's not personal.
I thought maybe step back and lit one up.
I'm taking Dan's advice.
I was just smoking a pack of Cools.
Oh.
Why do you think everybody on the planet smokes? I don't get it.
I want everybody on the planet to smoke.
Why? You don't smoke. What the fuck are you doing? Dan's the only one of us that
But
smokes.
let's be real. Did we have an hour conversation this week about vaping?
Yeah, we did. We did. Yeah, but it wasn't the way. It didn't go down the way that you think it did. It was all about clouds.
I didn't realize there was a
sponsored
competitive
vapors.
scene. Yeah, there's a competitive scene to vaping.
They should get visas.
Who can make?
Yeah, they should get visas.
There you go.
The vape scene is strong, and the competitive vape scene is really on the uptick, and I didn't realize that.
We can make the biggest clouds. Well, I'm
Yeah,
sure there's
the-
all
the-
kinds of. I'm sure there's all kinds of rules and policies.
The cloud chasers, yeah.
But
Cloud chasers. What the fuck?
So they already got to roll smoke, man. It's a big
Rolling
deal.
coal.
It's a big deal. All right, this has been episode 174. Thank you guys for being here. Good night.
Good night.
night.